What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Dante here, back for another Digimon Laboratory video. We're gonna get right into the market watch. Man, I can barely see all the tabs on here. So, without further ado, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe in the video. Hopefully we get the podcast up here, this coming up Monday. We've been just busy the past couple of weeks, especially with the OT cups, just all that good stuff. But without further ado, let's get right into the market watch that we do every week. Alphamon's $33. It seems to be stabilizing about 33. We have one seller here. It's sitting at 32 copies at 33. I don't think it's gonna go any higher than 33 unless everybody just jump aboard the Alphamon train. It's just one of those cards to where if you don't have it, man, I don't know what to tell you. You should have got this card when it was like $15 when I was sitting there hyping it. Omnimonsoor, just checking in with the Omnimonsoor. Seeing is about Cool G. Okay, that's about it. Like I said, if you want one, grab one, get it graded, keep it to the side for about 4 or 5 years. It'll spike in price. Now, Omnimonsoor from BT8, alternator SR. So we're sitting here that it's sitting at 150. This seems to be a targeted buyout. A lot of people, including myself, has been really, curious about what is Bandai going to do about the first few sets. Are they going to continuously, just reprint the cards that's in there? Or are they going to let it just fall out of print? Well, I guess the latter is happening, and there's less and less quantities of 1.0 and 1.5 out there. And you'll see a lot of 1.0 and 1.5 cards on this market watch that's just spiking in price because they're so old. You're talking about, I think there had to be a year to a year and a half old in the TCG, 2 years in the OCG, 2.5 years in the OCG. Like, these cards are old. So a lot of stores are not carrying 1.0, 1.5. If you can go ahead and grab your box for, market price or a little bit above it, kind of hold on to a couple of boxes of both of them, it's going to do nothing but go up in value. It really is. It's going to do nothing but go up in value. We've seen here 115 here, but actually it's 120. And it was just light play here. Then 150, and then it dramatically goes up to about $200 and something. So this alternate art, I think a lot of people are, it's for collective purposes. That's really what it is. It's really pushing this card up. Analog Youth or Analog Boy. We're seeing it just fall. A lot of people do like this card still to this day. I think the card is good. As we go on, the applications for it becomes less useful, more and more niche, that kind of stuff. Like my oldest mon deck, you'll play this in there because you want to build up the trash as fast as possible. It wouldn't work with the Bialzamon deck because it doesn't trash from the deck. It reveals and then sends the ones to the trash. But very good card. It's just seeing less and less play. Duramine. Last time we saw Duramine, it was reaching that $80 mark. Seemed to be cooling off around 70 here. I think it'll go a little bit lower. This might be a $55, $60 card when BT8 gets released. There is some pre-sales on here I want to talk about towards the end as well. Pre-sales been going up. But yeah, this card, it's insane how this card is just that much. It really is insane. Lusamon is stabilizing around 60, 61. You see right here is an easy, get rid of this couple people trying to lowball. And then it'll take for somebody with a couple, buy a couple of copies and easily go at 70. Like, this Lusamon is getting so hype. Mastermind's around the corner. Comes out the 27th of May, which is a month away. pre-release is the 20th, I believe. So a lot of people are really, really hyped. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and rephrase that. I believe it's the 27th of May for North America, but Europe gets it. I think I want to say it's the 12th or 13th of May. They get it a couple of weeks before we do. And I think it is just because of allegation. I think most of their player bases, or most of the players that do play this game when it comes to volume, do reside in North America. So it's one of those things to where they can give it to, Asia, no problem. They can give it to Europe, maybe a little bit of a delay so they can build up a bigger stock. But if I'm not mistaken, I think about half of their player base, if not 60% of their player base, is in North America, just because of how just how much of a volume we have when it comes to North America. I think we're around like 380 million people, and even if 1% of those people were playing the game, you're talking about 3.8 million people. So it's one of those things to where, yeah, you have to prepare for people wanting boxes, wanting cases, wanting to sell, getting singles, shredding packs to the sell, trade, buy, whole entire nine. And that's not including, these vendors that, want multiple cases to go ahead and sell. And yeah, so the mastermind hype is going to be real. We'll see the next couple of weeks when Europe gets its release, and see how these prices fared in. We'll just see. Lusamon alternate art, the original Lusamon that came out, is at about 50, 52, easily going up. The hype is real. That's all I gotta say. The hype is real. We'll see. I know this was in a Anubismon deck that top 8 a OT Cup, I believe, was this past weekend. Which, I mean, if you know me, I'm a fan of Anubismon, and I've been playing that deck forever. I mean, ever since BT4 when it came out, I've been playing Anubismon. So, is it BT4 or BT5? I want to say it's BT5. I may be mistaken. I think it's BT5. But Anubismon is just one on decks to where it has so much potential, so much upside, especially with Eyesmon and people. Somebody abused it. Somebody abused Eyesmon and Anubismon. Hey, what can I say? So we saw this being splashed in there, giving it's just a level 3 10k, because the Anubismon can bring back any level 3 from the trash, and it gives it rush. And being able to, get the on play to recover one is also good too. Yeah, just amazing. Omnimonsoor defeat, regular art sitting at about 58. Is looking like that's about the stabilizing point there for that. Going back up to 60. Purple and black getting more support. Purple and black is getting, Mastermind's getting heavy. Going to be a tier 1 deck. You got Alphamon getting more support. Going to be that tier 1.5. Knocking on the door to tier 1. It won't be tier 1 until BT9 when it gets its real big support. So that there'll be one on big boys to where you have to compete with it. But right now, it's just like Machine Dramon is a rogue deck that plays, Omnimonsoor defeat. You have, you have the Alphamon deck that plays the Omnimonsoor defeat. You have Mastermind, any purple deck. Yeah, it's just, if I'm not mistaken, the Anubismon deck also played the Omnimonsoor defeat as well. The alternate arts are sitting at about 70. And 70 right about here. $70 for the alternate art. So about $10 difference if you want to play. If you want to play the alternate art, bump up your rarity a little bit more. $10 is not bad in the grand scheme of things. Angel Woman, the Tamer Pack 1, $50. $50 right here on the low end. You got 55 right here for the mid. It really is just, when you digivolve, you have 3 or less cards of security, trigger draw 1. Trigger recover 1. So it's a recovery card. It's good. You play in a mastermind. Just like the next card we'll see. You just go ahead and play these cards. This card is a good yellow card just to have. Excuse me. It's one of the things to where a lot of people are really like, yeah, let's go ahead and play this. We want to make sure we have this card. But my thing is, we see right here is in the yellow structure deck or starter deck. Like, is in this starter deck. So if you really, really want to, if you have, if some of these starter decks are just sitting around, go ahead. It's an uncommon the starter deck. The starter deck right here. If you want to pick you up a few of the uncommons rather than pick you up the high rarity one, you can for cheap. It is $2 though. So for $2 for uncommon, okay, you gotta understand that this is a starter deck. This is the only release outside of the Tamer pack that it came in. So just be wary of that. Angelmon, Magna Angelmon, $30. $30. So if you're sitting here wondering, like, why does this card keep on going up? And I'm just put the alternator on the screen right now. Alternator is sitting at about $48, $50. Now a lot of people's like, I actually had somebody that actually hit me up in my DM and said, why is this card so much? I said, well, think about it. This card enables a turn 2 mastermind if everything goes well. At worst case scenario, it's a turn 3 mastermind. Because if you hatch a purple egg, digivolve into a 3, draw a card, turn 0, slap this down, put your opponent to 7, recover 1. Unless your opponent has something that has rush, or unless your opponent's going to pay big memory to kill this card, because this is a level 5, unless your opponent's going to pay big memory to kill this card, it's going to live. 9 times out of 10, this card is going to live on the board for that one turn. If your opponent puts you to 3, next turn you draw, raise, digivolve a couple of cheap digivolutions like digivolve into 1, digivolve for 2, and then now you have 2 level 5s, 1 purple, 1 yellow, and you at 0 memory. Jorgus Mastermind. Simple as that. And that's turn 2. That's your second turn. You got your boss monster on board because of this card being able to enable you to do so, because it's very good by recovering 1. So if your opponent does have something that has rush, all they're doing is knocking off the security that this card gave you, and now you broke even. If your opponent doesn't have anything that has rush, then you plus 1. So giving your opponent that much memory, you end up getting your mastermind potentially turn 2. Worst case scenario, it's turn 3. Like you play a couple of yellow Digimon up in there, or you can digivolve into the other mastermind for 4 on your turn 2, and that way you have a mastermind. Either you Jorgus the mastermind that's in the structure deck, structure deck is coming out, or you digivolve into the other mastermind. Either way it goes, you can get mastermind out turn 2 by playing this card, and this card is the super duper beneficial card. Also, you get Hell Scythe coming out in BT8 as well. People are hyped about that card. I mean, what can I say? This card is so good. This card, and again, guess what? This card is a BT1 card. BT 1.0 is spiking in price because guess what? A lot BT1 and BT 1.5 are not really seeing that much stock being available for people. Just be wary of that. Susanomon alternate art is sad boy. Sitting at 40. I think a lot of people were just turned off when Mega Digimon Fusion got banned. This card, I mean, the Mega Digimon Fusion enabled, Susanomon to push in for a potential turn 2 kill. It was one of those things to where, yeah, it was just too crazy. I mean, too crazy. So, a lot of people got turned off by this. I mean, if you're playing a hybrid deck, that you're playing a hybrid style deck like a Koji or, a Tommy Centric type of deck, or like you're playing like those type of tamers type of deck. Koji plays Susanomon, the regular art thing's in at 20. So, yeah, just didn't see the hype that people thought it would. Duramine, Alternate, sitting at about $35. You got 33 here. You got 35 here. Some people trying to lowball just to get rid of them. Like I said, be wary of this one for the simple fact that going into BT8, this card number drops and you play more Alpha Mines. Going into BT9, we don't even know. We may not even play this card. It might be the Arurumon, Alphamon, the other Alphamon in BT9, and the Alphamon Shuriken mode. So, like, you'll have your Alphamon deck. This card, it will lose its value in the deck specifically as more Alphamon support come along. But it is still a good card. It is S antibody centric, which means if you have like a red black S antibody deck or anything that's like a dual color that has black in it, there's an S antibody. Like if the Gobblemon build runs a red black Gobblemon, you can throw one of these in, and it makes a great beat stick and a great removal card. So like this card is good. Just be wary of it. Just be wary if you're playing Alphamon, like me and a couple of my other, my friends at locals are playing Alphamon. Be wary. This card may drop in price as more Alphamon support come along. Just be wary of that. Wargreymon from BT 1.0. The alternate sitting at about 30. It does get security +1 when digivolving, and it is one of the things to where when you check security, it avoids the option cards. So, and the Greymon Tribal, they do play this as a tech, especially if you're sideboarding, you play as a tech, just so if you're going against the security control matchup, if you're going against like a purple deck, because Dead or Alive is a thing. If you're going against a blue deck with Hammer Sparks and Ice Wall is still out there and all these other annoying cards, then you're going to want to play something that's not going to activate them option cards. So, of course, having this in the sideboard is one of the things to where, especially if your locals is testing out the 5 card side decking or 5 to 10 card side decking because of the OT cuts and stuff like that, then be wary of that. Just be wary of that. But this is a tech card for a lot of people, especially when they're playing red. Gobblemon alternate art out of the EXO1 sitting at 33. It's been targeted for a buyout. Now, don't know why it's been targeted for a buyout. I don't know. It's very interesting. I mean, it's very, very interesting. Like, shout out to my boy Primitive TCG for, getting top 16 in the OT Cup this past weekend. And he was playing Blue Hybrid, but I don't know if he was playing this Gobblemon, because the Gobblemon can search out a Tamer and or a Gobblemon. So just being able to have this as an inheritable when you're attacking, also very good, especially when you want to get your Tamers like Tommies and stuff like that. Very, very, very good. So just think about that. It is an alternate art. The ratios are a little wonky, so it's not really like, oh yeah, you can get 2 alternate arts and a secret out there, or you get 1 alternate art and 1 secret. Like, I pulled both of them. We never know. Like, it's kind of wonky. It's different. Davis is seeing a price spike again. Got some people that are undercutting, but sitting at 18, going back up to 20. Davis is going back up to 20. BT8 is around the corner. Davis will be abused. Davis plus Davis and Ken will literally give you 5 memory each and every solitary turn at minimum. Just having those two tamers out, and if you have a you have a dual color red green, you get 5 memory off the bat. And Davis and Ken, if I'm not mistaken, it's not at the start of your turn, it's the start of your main phase. So you can raise and then gain those 2 memory. And typical memory blockers don't block tamers. So it's going to be crazy, especially in the Imperiumon deck, and especially in the Armor Release deck or Armor Purge. Like those two combinations of tamers are going to be wild. And I do mean wild. Watch out for that. Tide, 15, going up to 16. Tide is also one of them tamers that a lot of people still like. I personally think Marcus is better, in my opinion. But Tide being a 1.0, while Davis being a 1.5 card, remember, they're just taken out. Like it's like one of the things, like you have to get it. The scarcity is real. So a lot of people are like, well, Davis hasn't got reprinted yet, so Davis can go skyrocketing the price until Davis gets a reprint to where it's readily available, like how they did with the black tie, how they did with the purple mat, how they did with the red Sora, how they did with the yellow TK, how they print them out in the I believe it was the tourney packs, to where when you get tournament entry, you get the rookie, you get the rookie champion ultimate of that tamer, and with the alternate art or the box topper of that actual tamer card. So yeah, it's one of the things to where Tide needs to get reprinted, Davis needs to get reprinted. It needs to be very, very soon. Now, pre-release time. Pre-release BT8. We are seeing some sales up. Orumon, just a couple at 15. I don't think it's a $15 card. I do not think so whatsoever. Be wary of this one. Be wary. I do not think it's a $15 card. I think it'd mostly be a $5 to $7 card because it is an Alphamon, but it only, it's one of those things to where you have to put it at the bottom of Alphamon in order to really get its ability. So it's one of those things to where, yeah, you're gonna have to be wary of this one. Like this price it's not gonna warrant a $15 price point. Not at all. Chimeramon, 15. Chimeramon is one of them cards to where if this SR takes off, it'll be a $10 or $15 card because it is a very generic card. All you do is take 2 level 4s of any color, smash it together. I think it's outside of white, right? I believe instead of 2 level 4 whites. So it's just 2 level 4 any color whatsoever. So you smash it together like. Now remind you, we are not going to have Eismon at any more than 1 when this card comes out. Because now imagine Anubismon hitting the Eismons, bringing them out, hitting them with rushes, they live in. Jorgensen took this Chimeramon, put a couple underneath it, attack is big, it has rush. Just by Jorgensen itself, Jorgensen being able to give something pretty much rush. When you Jorgensen, you rush. You restand and you rush. So it's insane. It really is very, very much insane. So this card, be wary of this one. It may be a $10 SR. I can even see this be a $15 SR at this price point. Be wary of this one. Buyers beware. Buyer beware. 100%. Magnamon, $20. No. $20 SR? You're telling me that this is a $20 SR. Is this a tier 1 deck? Yes. Mastermind and Pyramon, this is honestly, in my opinion, the best 3 decks. Mastermind, by far, the Jorgens is broken. And Pyramon, by far, the Jorgens is broken. And when I mean Jorgens, I mean the mechanic. And then Armor Purge, being able to Armor Purge and live is insane. And if you didn't see my other video I did a few weeks ago talking about Armor Purge or Armor Release, I want to test this deck out with Leopardmon. Leopardmon give it all Digimon as level 4 or lower jamming. So being able to give your Armor Purge Digimon jamming immediately so it doesn't die, and now your opponent will have to delete the Digimon by either attacking into it or by other ways, and then you prevent it by Armor Purging, which means they have to delete that Digimon twice instead of you ramming your head into their security, hoping it's not, that big of a security check for you to actually keep your Armor Purge. Giving it jamming with Leopardmon was a deck idea I was really, really thinking. And I really think that's actually something that, playing 2 level 5s and playing 2 level 5s and 2 Leopardmons up in there is not bad at all. Like, with all the searchability that blue has, and Armor Purge being blue, yellow, green, searchability with all the blue cards that we have, the memory choking from green, the recovery from yellow, like, it's so insane. Like, it really, really is insane to where you can just really get whatever you want in this deck. It's going to be a tricolor deck. Some people talking about playing quad colors because some people like the red aspect of it too. So you can play, Delicate Plan and all that kind of stuff. Me, I say whatever to the red portion of it. I think if it's blue, yellow, green, and it's Armor Release, so if it's Rapidmon, Magnumon, maybe a Ragermon or 2 up in there, Flamedramon. Some people like the Halcymon, but yeah, like, it's going to be a deck to reckon with because it's Champion Rush. That's what Bandai did, is made Champion Rush with armor. That's all they did. I don't think it's a $20 card right now. We'll have to see how the meta shapes up. I do think this is a top 3 bad boy deck. I think there's something that it can give really any deck is the run for its money, just because it's one of those things to where it takes Rookie Rush and makes it more valuable because it gives it armor, and you'll be able to Digivolve and still draw cards so you don't pretty much run out of resources at hand, because that's how the mechanic naturally is. Yeah, 100%. I think it's going to be a very, very good, very, very good card. I say wait until the set drops. This might be a $10 to $12 card. Get it then. Pyramon Fighter Mode, $10. They do play it in the Imperialmon deck. $10 is not bad for it whatsoever. I can see it go down to $7, but I think this card is a very good card. So I think $10 is very good for it if you want to get this pre-release. My thing is you can either wait and pull it and trade for it because there's an SR, or just get it at 10. Like, simple as that. Just get it at 10. And then Imperialmon Paladin mode, sitting at $50. I do not know about Paladin mode. I think it's really too high. It is a secret. I think it'll probably go down to that $30 price point like Lucamon did, like Susanomon did. I think 50 is a little too high. It is very niche. It really only works in decks that want to turbo up into it. Yes, you can 60% win rate into this in any blue or green deck. But I don't know. It's one of those things to where I don't think 50 is right for it. I think it might go down to 30, maybe 40. You'll see a 1 or 2 off in every deck, but that's about it. 1 or 2 off in every Imperialmon deck or any blue or green deck that needs a level 7. There you go. Simple as that. Overall, what I think about the pre-releases, I think the pre-releases really on average are a little too high. Unlike last set, to where the pre-releases were actually pretty darn good. Very, very good in my opinion, especially looking back at it. You're like, man, that was very good because even the susanomon was like 30. So like, you took a little bit of a hit, but you had the susanomons just in case. And then when they spiked, you could just got rid of them. So it's one of those things to where even, even the pre-releases, even the cheap cards, I'm like, I can possibly see it going down. I will wait until the 27th of May to go ahead and get your cards. I'll just buy boxes and trade and all that kind of stuff. Get singles. Unless you want to play, like, just get singles. That's like me. On the other hand, like, I'm a small time vendor. This is why I buy cases. Like, this is why I buy cases of everything. I'm a small time vendor and I'm a big time collector. That's all it is. So if somebody needs something, they can come to me. Somebody, looking for something, hey, they can come to me. It is what it is. Why am I not up in TCG play? I don't have the time. So that's my only caveat. I don't have the time. But it's one of the things to where just buy the singles and BT8 if you need to. Yeah, simple as that. Well, with that being said, let me know what you think about everything in the comment section below. Here in North America, we gotta wait until the end of May to get BT8. But all my fellas across the seas in the UK, let me know how your local shape up in those 2 weeks before we get it. Let me know what's going on there. I'd love to hear your feedback and see what's going on there in the local scene when it comes to BT8 being released. And without further ado, I'm your boy Dante. This has been another Jamal Market Watch, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.